Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Alan Wake American Nightmare. Where we last left off, I didn't crash, so I was able to record and play through the first segment of the second act. I think we're almost done with the second part of the second act. We're going to go to the last part of Act 2, and then we'll see where the game goes after that. I believe it's going to be a third act. I don't see why there wouldn't be.
Find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
I just thought it would be interesting to go through with an actual conversation to see what it looked like.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness. The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
It's not. I highly doubt it's going to be.
Serena's probably out of her mind again. But I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
I think there's a sawed-off shotgun I can get over here. I think. Kind of want it. I do not remember where it is at. Honestly, probably should grab the key first, but that's okay. Spawn on the map is like, what is that? A hunting rifle for a crossbow. Interesting. Hey.
I have changed. I know who I am now. I know that I can write my own fate. Bright Falls taught me that. I know that indulging my weaknesses, giving in to fear and complacency will only drag me down. The Dark Place taught me that. I'm no Zen master. I've not attained enlightenment. But I have learned to let go of the things that I don't need. I know that without that balance within, I become my own worst enemy. Now I strive for equilibrium, and with that, I'm strong enough to get where I want.
Oh man, like 34 now? I can't remember what I just said. I think these are more notes than I ever collected, honestly. I don't want to pick up this checkpoint, but I kind of have to. 30 for sawed off, yes! Yes! Sawed off as a secondary. Let's go, baby. I thought it would be.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife. Little wifey. Waiting at home for hubby. Or you could be the mailman. Or the neighbor.
I'm already married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Hey, is on the page over there? Hey, it's right there. I missed it. Right at the entrance. Gimme, gimme.
To change the world, you must craft a blueprint for the new reality. Any work of art will do, as long as it's a genuine act of creation. That's what the energies of the Dark Place respond to. The results may be subtle and perplexing, or far-ranging and momentous. My area of expertise, the written word, gives much more precise results than music or interpretive dance would, for instance. But words can be extremely dangerous. What you define may become reality, but so can that which you imply, even if you don't realize you're doing so.
So yeah, that's what he was just saying, was that, like, he can't give himself superpowers. It's like that stupid Reddit poster, people like, yeah, or like whatever comment thread it was, like, yeah, you have one superpower, you get to choose what superpower you have, but the commenter gets to choose your downside. It's like...
Getting it yet, genius?
Oh wow, this sawed off is short ranged. It just as easily turn you around. The crossbow. I'm not really sure what to do with the crossbow, but I'll use it. Say, is that another pillar, or like, what are we doing here? bird people. One shot with the crossbow drops them. However, the crossbow is like a... It's not like an instant kill. It's like, shoot, it's got drop, it's got time, something, I don't know what you call it. I don't know why I can't think of it. Last time it was weird. What's going on here now?
I want to talk about Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know? I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
Well, great. That's not good. Not in the slightest. Which aim did I get out of that? I don't know. Checkpoint, and I didn't even do anything? What?
It's obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything. Unless I can stop him.
Unless I can stop him. I'm gonna go run all the way over here and see if there's any pages on this really weird side of the map. That honestly I don't think makes any sense, but that's just my opinion. Because it is just kind of like out here. I kind of wonder if it's going to be used at all in any of these loops. It's got me curious. There's stuff over here. Last time it was a loot. And that looks like the observatory over there. There is something. There is a page over here this time.
The trap Mr. has set for me is as simple as it is impossible. Whenever I reach him, he sends me back to the beginning of the maze. It's a loop in time. I go through it only to end up where I started. There's a brutal genius to it. If I die, it's over for me. If I survive, I end up where I started. Sooner or later, the odds will catch up with me. And in the meantime, he gets to toy with me. But that's why I have a chance. He's caught in this pattern just as much as I am. I know where he'll be, and I'm prepared.
You're prepared, Mr. Alan Wake. Is that so? I want to keep using this crossbow, but I'm pretty sure I have access to an assault rifle now over here. That's where I'm gonna go. See, look, insta kill. Powerful sawed-off shotgun. It's like I'm playing Last Stand again. I need to play through the one game. I never beat it. It's just so grindy, and like each run lasts about like an hour. I don't want to like record that over and over and over again. Just grinding. I mean, I would. But like, I don't know if people want to see that. I doubt they do.
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
Did I get a double kill with that? Thought I saw someone else over here. $20? Really? Sure, why not? NM4 seems like a pretty funny thing for Alan Wake to be carrying, so you know what? I'm down with it. I am completely chill with that. Solve this stupid power puzzle again. Any new notes or anything for me to grab over here? Anything of coolness or importance? That kind of thing. Just a random manuscript page here, okay.
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
Woo! Just realized someone's sent me 2 messages on Discord that I haven't seen. I'll have to look at those in a bit. Oh well. Sometimes I don't like being a busy guy, you know? I wish I, was planned, but it is what it is. run by you guys real quick. Hold up. Yep, thanks, guys. Oh, the ground, it's them. I want to get this checkpoint, but these spiders won't stop. Me when I blast the flashlight into the spider's eyes. Use any ammo. Oh, there's a note back here? What? Hold up. Ah! Almost missed you.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
As long as I have my gun and my flashlight. And one more and I can get an auto shotgun. That's gonna be lit. I haven't used the assault rifle yet.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
You're birds, aren't you? Ow. That's a weird sounding assault rifle, honestly. It's kind of mid. If I'm being honest. Should I go back up there and check on her first before I go to the projector building? I don't know if the game will let me do that. Spells, I'll get rid of the dark pillars first. Kind of funny to think I don't really even have to shoot at them. I could just shoot at the pillar, or I could break the pillar and I'll be fine. Look at me actually using my batteries. just like that. Everything's normal again. No, really, you're still full of the dark. Wait, what happens if I turn on the light switch? Is there a light switch somewhere? Yeah.
It's you.
I guess you're back to normal again?
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be normal, but thanks. I know you didn't have to come back for me like this.
I couldn't just leave you like that. I'm sorry about the whole thing.
Not your fault. At least I'm not Little Miss Whore Slut anymore. Ugh, that's just... Hey, thanks for not, you know, taking advantage.
No problem.
I'm not gonna conversate. Access code.
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing. But maybe it's enough.
It's late at summer. The summer was almost over. It's late in the night. Almost over. Is it already late in the night? Where's the clock at? Late in the night. There was a film noir poster visible. Gift of Thorns, an Alex Casey story. Illuminated the red. It's not gonna be enough. It's never enough.
No, it's not enough.
That's what I just said.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the Champion of Light endures. Each time he gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Another flare gun. A full loadout going here. Oh, what the? What are
Shit.
you?
What are you, the King Hillbilly?
Light him up. Honestly, I don't know what they expected to happen with him. He's gonna die quickly anyway. There we go, 40.
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
How many the manuscript pages do I have the red stop? Almost all of them. I'm missing 4. Really? That's a bit crazy. I know some are locked behind nightmare mode, as they almost always are. Always can grab more ammo. What now?
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Really? I don't even need to, like, guess. I just know what's to come. Redoing the whole scene. Again. Over here, use. No, nothing.
Next stop, saving Emma.
We're gonna already just go ahead and save Emma. Alright, whenever you say, boss. There's a note here, though. A note I can't grab yet. Down you go.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
Barry and the Old Gods. Don't need that.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Just gun down everything. Oh my god, there's 3 notes like right here. What? Give me one, but I want to get the note first before I get the TV.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel. But from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter. So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown, that's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's unpleasant. I keep having like flares and things, but no need to use them. It's kind of weird. Do I have another page in another room? Is that what I'm looking at right now? Or is that outside of the room? Maybe outside of the room. Yeah, maybe in here. Hold on. Yeah, it's on a thing up there. Like, can you mantle? Or vault? Or anything? There's one page left somewhere around here. After this one.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly.
Whew.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough.
Sick of getting killed by securing the fuse box. Nice. How do I secure the fuse box? Who wants some? I got some. How does one secure the switch box? Oh, turn the light on for it. That's what it is. Yeah, that would make a bit of sense. I wonder if that page is like literally like far out, like you have to go find it or something. I don't know. I don't want to go looking for it, because I think everything here... I'm about to move on to the next part of the thing, I think. Or the next part of the game. To go to the observatory, so... I'm not too worried about it, all things considered.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world.
Okay, I'm just gonna get going. I'm not gonna tell her I need to get going. I think that's fair, right? I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find anything cool in these rooms. Flashbang. Checkpoint. And then I'm gonna go to the next area, and then I'm gonna end the video. I think that's what makes sense. There's a guy on the radio. I'm not worried about it. Flare gun ammo. I have so much like flare gun ammo and flares and flashbangs. I should be using them, but I'm really not. I don't feel the need to. This is guy at the observatory with the observatory keys, and now we're gone. Just like that. Disappeared. Left. And now we're gonna go back to the observatory.
Countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this. Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Wow, okay, anyway, I'm going to leave the episode off here. I hope you guys have enjoyed Alan Wake. I think next episode I'm going to clear it. It's funny to me to think that if I had more time before when I started playing this game, I could have actually cleared it in one playthrough, or one session, but I didn't. Anywho, I gotta go get ready for work. I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. You're all wonderful. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I make. Bye-bye.